All right, San Antonio Spurs fucking mollywopped the OKC Thunder, and it was awesome to watch. It was just a great time to see. I am a Spurs fan, so of course I'm ecstatic about the win. I've heard teams, if you're a fan of any other team than the Thunder, you're fucking pumped up about this win as well. I heard so many fan bases that are just happy to see the Thunder fall, and a lot of the times, if you're the best team in the NBA, people are going to hate on you. They're going to be happy when they see you fall, but people are just happy to see clean, ethical basketball for the win and happy to see that the league is seeming to heal as the San Antonio Spurs look like they may very well just be a better team than OKC. OKC does not match up well with San Antonio. I'm saying that as a Spurs fan, but if you're just a basketball fan, you can look at these games and you know OKC does not match up well with San Antonio. Will San Antonio destroy OKC in a playoff series? I don't really think so. Can OKC beat San Antonio in a playoff series? They absolutely can still beat San Antonio. But we're riding high right now, and OKC just fucking mollywop. Victor Wembanyama just got Chet Holmgren and said, "Come sit on my lap, buddy," and just spanked the shit out of him. Wembanyama is the NBA's daddy. He's especially Chet Holmgren's biological father. But anyway, enough of that. This is the lead chart. This little box is the first quarter, second quarter, third quarter. The little royal blue, whatever, the Thunder's little baby blue. That's the Thunder. The black is the Spurs, of course. So the whole first three quarters. If y'all see, this is a 10-point lead, 5-point lead. The Thunder, it says right here their biggest lead was 7 points. They were up 7 right there. Spurs' biggest lead was 21. And if you see, it was just an amazing game. Amazing game all the way through. Credit to the Thunder. Thunder are an amazing basketball team. They do flop quite a lot. They foul bait quite a lot. They play really physical defense, and that's not their fault. They should play physical defense and then make the officials make a call or don't make a call. And the Spurs did a great job just coming out and setting the tempo of this game. The Spurs came out and said, "We're the physical team. Y'all can do what you want and try to be physical, but you're not going to be more physical than our team." And the Spurs just came out and just set the tempo, just really, really physical defense. Spurs did get some foul calls, of course. Thunder got some foul calls, but just like what OKC does, Spurs came out and set the tempo, or they at least said, OKC's going to play physical. We're going to play just as physical, which the Spurs did do, and then just make the referees make the calls they are or aren't going to make. Stephon Castle did an awesome job guarding SGA. Our whole team did an awesome job, and Thunder fans will make the point, if you don't like SGA going to the free throw line, just don't foul him. And the Spurs came out and did an excellent job of not fouling SGA. Stephon Castle seems like one of the best defenders for SGA in the entire NBA. Stephon Castle does a great job not jumping on pump fakes. He jumped on one pump fake at the beginning of the game. SGA got got an and one on that jumper, if y'all remember, in the first quarter. Then Stephon Castle didn't jump on any more pump fakes. He does an excellent job just keeping his hands out horizontally. He doesn't stick his hand in the cookie jar, and just all up in SGA's grill, not jumping on pump fakes, not putting his hand in there so SGA doesn't have an opportunity to go to his rip through moves. And then SJ had a trash game. Not really. He still scored 33 points on probably 50% or better efficiency. So SJ is an amazing player, one of the best offensive players we've ever seen. But, if you're able to play clean basketball on him and not foul him and send him to the line, you're able to keep him under control. But anyway, again, these first three quarters, the biggest lead in the first three quarters was probably the Spurs right here. We're probably up maybe 8 points right there. And then you see the fourth quarter, it was just an absolute avalanche. The Spurs just poured it on, turning the Thunder over, knocking down three balls, just doing everything right. And the Spurs, pulled it out and just mollywopped the Thunder. We ended up winning by 20 points. It was 110 to 130. So obviously, just so proud of the Spurs' effort against OKC. We'll get into the exact player stats here in a second. For the team stats right here, See, OKC had the 110 points. We had the 130 points. Again, we just did a great job being physical in the first quarter. I want to say OKC had 5 turnovers in the first quarter. We only had maybe 2 or 3 turnovers. Getting to the turnover battle, yeah, OKC had 13. We had 9. Having 13 turnovers in a game is not a horrible game as far as taking care of the ball, but we took even better care of the ball against OKC. Before I go on, just the first 3 quarters of basketball, I was like, this is just amazing, grade A championship style basketball. Both teams were executing just so well. It was just so amazing basketball. Both teams are just making amazing switches defensively, just moving the ball around the perimeter. SGA just getting into his ISO bag and just making all these nasty ass isolation shots. It was just amazing to watch as a basketball fan, and I loved how the game went all the way through, and I loved the end result with the Spurs just spanking these boys. But 36 rebounds to 34. OKC did out rebound us surprisingly. They were taking a lot of long threes. They were getting a lot of long rebounds off those three balls. We have 34 assists. They have 23. It was really noticeable watching the game. The Spurs were just playing that old school classic Spurs basketball where you have a good shot and you pass up your good shot for a great shot. If y'all remembered, I want to say it was the third or the fourth quarter. Wembanyama gets the ball. He's straight away at the 3-point line. He pump fakes. Defender flies by him. Wemby dribbles, takes a sidestep. He has another wide open three. It would have been a great look if he shot it. Sees Keldon Johnson down low and throws Keldon Johnson a bullet pass. And then Keldon Johnson gets a reverse layup. And Keldon and Wemby were just so pumped up after the play. It's just amazing. It's a magical feeling living in San Antonio right now. We have the 10 steals. They have 5 steals. Just goes hand in hand with the turnover battle. Freaking Dylan Harper had 5 steals on his own. Dylan did not score a lot, but he had like 5 steals and 10 assists. Dylan Harper was amazing for us, especially going against such an elite defensive team and still being able to produce the way he was able to. Just high quality basketball, man. We're 57% from the field. OKC's 54%. Both teams executed really well. They're 40% from three. We're 44% from three. They were getting good looks from three. Not as good as we were. We did a better job just swarming and closing out on their 3-point shooters. And at the end of the day, they swing it around. The ball gets in Lou Dort's hands, and we just say, whatever, Lou Dort, shoot a 40-foot icebreaker three, and if it goes in, it goes in. But a lot of the time, it misses. I don't know. Maybe he shot a positive percentage, but the point of the story is we live with Lou Dort shooting threes, kind of like how OKC would live with Keldon Johnson shooting threes, but Keldon was just knocking him down, and he was amazing for us all night. They shoot 85% from the free throw line. We were 75%. De'Aaron Fox, I'm pretty sure he missed like 4 free throws in a row, so that was a little bit rough, but I'm honestly never worried about De'Aaron Fox. He's going to be just fine. Points in the paint, they have 48. We have 60, so we beat them in the points in the paint. They have 9 second chance points. We have 15, so we beat them there. And we crushed them in the fast break points. It was 5-19. We gave OKC a taste of their own medicine. We were the ones turning them over. We were the ones getting out in transition. That's OKC's bread and butter. They just want to turn the ball over, get out in transition, get open layups, open alley-oops, open fast break 3 balls, and then when they're not able to get those turnovers, they're still a great team, of course. They're still a great offense, but being able to get those turnovers and get out in transition, that's what makes them kind of an all-time great team. And if you can only have 9 turnovers, then it gives them such a few amount of opportunities to get out and score in the fast break. And, we wrecked them with their own recipe. We had the 19 fast break points. They only had 5. We had the 9 turnovers. They had 13 turnovers. And again, just off the jump, we just came out and we said we're the more physical team. We were being the bullies out there. Harrison Barnes goes at Chet Holmgren probably at least 3 or 4 different times in the first quarter and just bullies Chet Holmgren. He's just getting layups around Chet Holmgren, at least like 3 different layups. And then Keldon Johnson said, this guy's not that tough. Keldon Johnson goes in and he bullies Chet Holmgren. He pops Chet Holmgren in the face with a nasty elbow. It was 100% an offensive foul, but they don't call the offensive foul. Chet Holmgren gets smashed in the face. He has a busted lip and a busted nose. And I love it, man. I love it. We said, hey, we're the tough guys. We're the physical guy. We are the physical team. Boom, I'm Keldon Johnson. Eat that elbow in your face, Chet Holmgren. It's going to be a no call. And if y'all don't like it, we don't care. Y'all get away with all sorts of physicality on the defensive end. Y'all hit people in the face. OKC does all sorts of stuff, and they get away with it. So Keldon said, here's a fat-ass elbow in your face, Chet, and you're just going to have to deal with it. It's a no call, bro. And OKC, we were frustrating them. It was just great to see. I loved the game. SGA is a god at basketball. SGA shoots only 5 free throws. We did a great job keeping him off the free throw line, and that's kind of the recipe for stopping SGA. We didn't stop him, but if you keep him off the free throw line, that's your best bet to contain him. With that being said, SGA scores 33 points on 63% shooting from the field. He has 2 turnovers, 8 assists, 3 rebounds. SGA is an amazing player. SGA is one of the best offensive players I've ever seen of all time. SGA is a flopping foul baiter as well. I hate when people say SGA is a flopping foul baiter. He sucks at basketball, because that's just not true. He's a flopping foul baiter, and he's also one of the best offensive players of all time. Those two things, they don't wash each other away. They don't disinclude. You know what I'm trying to say. He's both of those things. Lou Dort is butt cheeks. He's not really butt cheeks, but I don't like Lou Dort. He fouls the shit out of people. Then if he gets called for a foul, he acts like he didn't just hack down on, who was it the other night? He hacked the shit out of somebody's arms, and it was a no call against Denver. Against Minnesota, he hacked the shit out of Julius Randle's arms, and then Chris Finch gets ejected because he was just sick of the no calls and all the stuff OKC gets away with from game to game. J-Dub is a stud. He took 18 shots for 17 points. That's not great. 8 assists and 6 rebounds, 2 steals. He's an amazing defender. Chet Holmgren, Wemby just sat Chet on his lap and just spanked him and told Chet to call him daddy. Chet has the 7 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 block. He was non-impactful. He was non-impactful out there. I don't hate Chet Holmgren. Chet Holmgren is an amazing basketball player. He's an elite defender. If we had Chet Holmgren on the Spurs playing next to Wemby and we had those 2 rim protectors, it would just be absolutely stupid. But Chet Holmgren's on the Thunder. I don't like the Thunder, and I don't like you, Chet Holmgren. Not as a person, but if you're on the Thunder and you wear a Thunder jersey, I don't like you. It just is what it is. Isaiah Hartenstein has 8 points, 12 rebounds. He's 4 for 7. He got to his little push shot a couple times in the first or second quarter, but other than that, he wasn't very impactful other than his rebounding. Then Cason Wallace, Alex Caruso, they didn't do too much out there. Isaiah Joe knocked down a couple threes. Kenrich Williams, I like Kenrich Williams. He had the 5 points, 5 for 5 for the 10 points. So, that was pretty cool as well. But overall, our strategy was just SGA gets the ball, we send a double team and we swarm SGA. We make him get the ball out of his hands. If the ball finds its way back into his hands, we swarm him again and make him get the ball out of his hands. Even with the great defense we played on SGA, Stephon Castle did an amazing job. And SGA still scores 33 points on 63% field goal shooting. I'm an active SGA hater. I will say it. I don't like the flopping, the foul baiting. I don't like his play style for the most part. But today he played a beautiful game. He didn't really do, honestly, any flopping or foul baiting. He was just going out there just looking to get buckets. And it's one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen from a guard offensively when SGA is just trying to get buckets. He's such a great bucket getter, especially when he's not trying to flop and foul bait. On to the Spurs. De'Aaron Fox, people were saying he had a bad game. I guess he kind of sort of did, but not totally. He is 3 for 9 from the field, so he shoots 33%, takes 9 shots for 6 points. It's terrible shooting. We'll just call it what it is. De'Aaron Fox knows it's terrible. I'm sure he was the first one to say he had a terrible shooting night. But he has 9 assists, 3 rebounds. Biggest stat. He has 0 turnovers. De'Aaron Fox, he was our highest. No, excuse me. He was our highest plus minus. He was plus 18 on the plus minus. And he had the 9 assists. So, excuse me. If y'all are watching when De'Aaron, I have the hiccups. If y'all are watching when De'Aaron Fox was in the game, pretty much all of his assists were 3 balls. It felt like off the dribble. Gets 2 feet in the paint, sprays it out. Keldon Johnson's knocking down a huge 3. Sprays it out. Devin Vassell is knocking down a huge 3. Sprays it out. Harrison Barnes is knocking down a huge 3. So did a great job as far as just getting 2 feet in the paint and kicking out for our open shooters. He was off from the field, of course. He had a bad shooting night, but we just have so much depth that De'Aaron Fox can have an off night, and we can still be just fine. But again, 0 for 4 from 3. The most glaring thing for me, he was 0 for 4 from the free throw line. I remember he was 0 for 3. He was shooting his 4th free throw, and I was like, there's no way he misses this one, and sure enough, he missed that one as well. But De'Aaron Fox is plus 18 on a horrible shooting night, but his 9 assists were huge. Probably all 8 or 9 of them came from him spraying the ball out for open 3 balls. We'll get to Stephon Castle in a second. Harrison Barnes, Devin Vassell, Luke Cornett. We love Luke Cornett. He always does. Just consistent work out there. He has 8 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal, 2 blocks. Our boy's just all over the court out there. Luke Cornett, he's just a veteran basketball player, and there's really no team that wouldn't love to have Luke Cornett on their team. Our boy Victor Wembanyama, he was out there, bro. He has 12 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists. The block streak did end, so that's kind of sad. He did end his block streak, but we'll get another one going for him next game, and he'll be just fine. He did play 23 minutes in this game, so I think 2 games ago he played 21. Last game he played like 22. Now he's up to 23 minutes, so just gradually getting his minutes up, letting him play a little bit more. But he does have the 12 points, knocks down the 1-3, and it was a big ass 3 in the third quarter. It was really a momentum buster, for the Thunder. Keldon Johnson was amazing. We'll get to him in a second. Julian Champagnie, 4 points. Missed his 3 threes. No big deal, though. We don't need Champagnie to be on every single night. You look at Harper's stat line, and you see 20 minutes. He had 4 points. He's 0 for 3 from 3. And you see that, and you probably just think it wasn't a crazy game for Dylan Harper, but it's not really true. If you keep going down his stat line, bro had 10 assists and 5 steals, and most importantly, he had 0 turnovers. So Dylan Harper had an amazing game. When I was watching the game, I thought he had like 2 or 3 steals, but excuse me, but he ended up having 5 steals. He was just so disruptive out there. There was one play where they passed the ball to the corner, and Dylan Harper's standing there, and they just passed the ball straight to Dylan Harper in the corner. Bismack Biyombo, Carter Bryant, Lindy Waters, McLaughlin, and Kelly Olynyk, they get out there for the last 2 minutes of the game. They just get their feet wet out there a little bit. Keldon Johnson, he's our God and Savior. Keldon Johnson is a San Antonio hero. He has the 25 points, knocks down 5 of his 9 threes, 1 rebound, 1 assist. If you want to complain about something, I guess he wasn't as aggressive on the glass as he normally was, but who who cares though? He did so much for us. He shoots 62% from the field, 55% from three, gives us the 25 points out there, leads the team in scoring, and Keldon's just like the best spark plug in the entire NBA. He comes in. Keldon Johnson would start for most teams in the NBA, but he just really bought into his sixth man role and does such a great job coming off the bench and giving us that energy in his sixth man role. It's usually scoring and offensive rebounding. Again, he didn't get a lot of offensive rebounds this game, but the 25 points on 16 shots. He's 5 for 9 from three. Sometimes Keldon will catch the ball. He's going up for a 3-point shot, and I feel like the shot's kind of contested. And I'll be thinking, no, Keldon, like swing the ball around the court. We can get a better shot. And then he just freaking wets it, and I'm just like, fuck yeah, Keldon. I knew you were gonna make that shot all along. Devin Vassell, been just so good and so consistent for us lately. He has the 17 points, 6 for 14, 3 for 8 from three. So not crazy efficient from three, but we'll take it though. 5 rebounds, 1 assist. 0 turnovers. The 0 turnovers is always the most impressive stat for any of our players, in my opinion. Did we already talk about Harrison Barnes? Harrison Barnes, he's 6 for 9 from the field. He's 2 for 4 from three. 1 rebound, 1 steal, and first quarter, he goes at Chet Holmgren probably 3 or 4 different times. Gets down low, gets his shoulder into Chet Holmgren, takes him in the post, just bullies him like he's Chet Holmgren's uncle, and just goes up and gets an easy finish inside. And after Harrison Barnes got those finishes on Chet Holmgren, I think the rest of our team said, "Hey, this guy is kind of soft. This guy is not that great of a rim protector." And that's not true. Chet Holmgren is a great rim protector, but Harrison Barnes goes at him two or three times, gets finishes just one-on-one, just Harrison Barnes versus Chet Holmgren. Then he goes up and just gets finishes over Chet probably 3 different times. And then Keldon Johnson said, "Okay, I see you, bro. I'm a big, strong guy too. I can get down there and bully Chet Holmgren." And sure enough, Keldon Johnson gets down there. Y'all remember the play. It was my favorite play of the whole game. He's backing down Chet Holmgren. He's doing some pivot moves up there. Goes up for his shot and just boom, just elbows the shit out of Chet Holmgren in the face. It was, I guess you can call it an offensive foul. Keldon wasn't trying to elbow him on purpose, but he goes up, and it was mean, dude. Just boom, just all in Chet's face and his nose, and Chet had a busted lip. He had a bloody nose, and I love when we play against the Thunder, and Chet Holmgren comes out with an injury, nothing serious, but I think it was last game we busted his nose, and then he gets his nose busted again in this game, and it's just us setting the tone and saying, we're not a soft ass team. You guys are not more physical than us. Y'all think you are, but we're gonna come out and set the tone, show the officials we're playing physical, just like they're playing physical, and the Spurs did a great job, just setting the tempo and making sure the game was fairly officiated, and the game definitely was fairly officiated. Oh, I'm sorry. Definitely was fairly officiated. My last point, Thunder fans are going to be saying, Spurs took 24 free throws, which we did, and then the Thunder only took seven free throws all game long. So I've already seen them on YouTube. The box score watchers that didn't watch the game, they're just going to say, "Oh, the officials are horrible. We didn't get all of our free throws, and now look what happened. The Spurs officiating was one-sided. Spurs are getting all the calls," and that just wasn't true. If you watch the game, Stephon Castle did an amazing job on SGA. Hands up, no hands in the cookie jar. None of our players were biting for SGA pump fake so we can get to the free throw line. SGA only shoots 5 free throws. Their whole team shot 7, and Spurs, we're just playing physical defense without fouling. If you watch the game, just sliding our feet. Everyone's in the right positions defensively. Just really crisp switches defensively. Hands straight out. No hands in the cookie jar. No jumping on pump fakes. And it's just so sweet to see because OKC, they'll get all these foul calls and then oh, I'm so sorry. And then other teams will be complaining about how many foul calls OKC gets. OKC fans will say, well, if y'all don't want us going to the free throw line, then just stop fouling. And now this game, the Spurs stopped fouling. Again, if you watch the game, there was not missed calls. Spurs are just playing great physical defense, and OKC is just not getting fouled, and they're just not going to the free throw line. So now OKC fans are saying, man, these referees suck. These refs suck. OKC should have got all these extra foul calls, and we should have been at the line, this and that. And it's just so hypocritical because, just last week, OKC fans are saying, if y'all don't want OKC to get all these free throws, then just stop fouling OKC. So San Antonio comes out. They play great. They play great disciplined defense and don't foul OKC. And now the Thunder fans are saying, "Oh, boo-hoo! The refs officiated this game poorly, and we didn't get any free throws." And if you look at these box score numbers, I get it. I get why you feel that. I get why you feel that way. But if you watch the actual game, the Spurs were just sliding our feet, making switches on defense, straight up vertical to contest the shots. No hands in the cookie jar, no biting on pump fakes, and the Spurs just played a really physical brand of defense without fouling, just like OKC does. And now OKC fans are OKC fans are mad, saying, "Oh, boo-hoo, we didn't get our foul calls." But just last week, y'all were saying, if teams are mad, they should just play defense without fouling. Now the Spurs do play defense without fouling, and it's boo-hoo. Where are all of our fake foul calls? So I just love it. OKC got trashed. They got absolutely spanked. OKC is still a great NBA team. They're probably still a better team than the Spurs, at least right now. I can't say the Spurs are better than them just based off these two regular season goods, but these two regular season wins, but they sure as fuck feel good. Please like and subscribe. I'm trying to hit 7 million subscribers. Let me know what you think about this win, and we'll see y'all next time. Peace. See y'all next time. Peace.